Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Behind the Lens with Carole and Prash, where as always, we strive to bring you timely and topical insights in a box. Today we want to talk about the big A word, anger. We're seeing it on the streets. We're seeing it in our homes. It's like the lid has been taken off this big pressure cooker. There's excessive close proximity with household members that's triggering people. You've got the incursion on mental and physical space. You've got frustration due to low or no business or work. Then you've got resentment for those people who have. And then you throw in generational and racial divides. You've got a big pressure cooker going on there. It's no wonder people are behaving badly on the streets as the lockdown eases. Open flouting of social distancing measures. Scraps at the supermarket still. Are you seeing any of this, folks? Disorderly behavior in pubs as they choose to close early. The list goes on. This is a big thing right now. Carole, what do we have here?
Well, let's add on to what you've actually said there, Prash. COVID is obviously given us this time. We're cooped up. And as soon as the doors opened, it's a bit like, oh, I can do anything. It's a bit like the floodgates are open. You talk about it like being a pressure cooker, and the answer is it's exactly like being a pressure cooker. And because there's this frustration we're feeling, and there's this loss that we've had over the last few months, a loss of routine, a loss of normality, a loss of everything that we knew, our regular habits, everything had to change. So what do we have here? We've bottled up our emotions. We've bottled up our emotions, the floodgates open, and we're going to actually go for it. So therefore, you're seeing a huge amount of anger, frustration, people just cross about everything. And as you rightly say there, Prash, people who may no longer have a job, or they're furloughed and they're not sure what's happening. So all of that, plus your uncertainty, plus a possible redundancy, plus a possibility of going back to work. So it's no great surprise that anger is going to be on the streets, in our homes, everywhere around us.
And what a big challenge we have. For those of us who've tuned in, who are leaders, who are facing this on the cold front, Carole, you're a veteran stress management expert. What do you have that we can do about it?
I think, first of all, I start off with accept the feelings. It is normal. It is usual. You've been cooped up for 3 months.
I've got to interrupt you here, Carole. Isn't it apt that you are the author of a fantastic book called Show Stress, Who's Boss? Isn't it all about showing those feelings, who's boss?
Yeah, it is. It is about that. It's accepting the fact that it's actually okay. I feel angry. And it's actually normal, it's usual. That's first of all. Then you've acknowledged your feelings. You know that you've normalized your feelings. And second of all, then you actually talk to somebody. It doesn't matter who you talk to, as long as the person has empathy, they listen to you, they appreciate what you're saying, and they're there for you. And that attentive listening, as we've spoken of many times, is so important. And thirdly, to find a way to actually diffuse and have a technique that will actually help you to do that. So when you feel those feelings burning up inside you, accept the fact it's okay to feel like that. But then I want you to take us through something where it would help everybody to actually manage and to diffuse those feelings.
Thanks, Carole. Well, let's get right into that. And you so nicely said it. I want to pick up exactly on what you talked about. You know, folks, in emotional intelligence, we talk about improving our self-awareness. As Carole said, we've got to analyze and identify by paying closer attention to triggers. This is what I want to share with you here, that you've got to learn to check in with what your body and your mental talk is saying. And you'll be surprised, it says a lot and what it reveals. But you've got to be paying closer attention to do that. And that involves self-awareness. One great way to do this, to build that self-awareness and to introduce a pattern interrupt, to disrupt that point where you're about to go into that pressure cooker, is to either distract yourself, go and do another task or activity, or practice a modification of my jam breathing technique, just a minute breathing technique. Really simple, breathing in for a minute in the following rhythm: 3 seconds in, 4 seconds hold, and 6 seconds out. Repeat that for about a minute. What that will do, that will calm down your calm down your triggered responses. It will amplify the parasympathetic system, which is then triggered, that allows that calming to occur, and you'll be able to get yourself into a state of poise and better decision making. And finally, as Carole rightly said, go and seek that help. It could be familial or professional. Don't forget, we're here, we're able to help you, because once that anger and frustration is identified, the root cause is often not what we thought it was, and it hardly resembles the anger that you're having right now. Going through that with somebody who's trusted will get you to a state where you can better learn and be empowered to respond rather than react to the situations that you're in. Carole.
I think it's exactly what you said there, Prash. Anger isn't necessarily just going to go away. It's not going to go away just like that because you want it to. It's going to be there. It's going to pop up, maybe when you least expect it. So the most important thing is to, exactly as we've both said here, is to share. Find the person to whom the person that you trust, the person who will listen to you. And you may actually find other people who say exactly the same thing as you. Say, well, you know, so I also feel angry. I also feel frustrated. And you'll hear the words of people saying things like, it's not fair. Well, and we know a lot of things aren't fair. And therefore, you want to actually speak to somebody who will actually accept what you're saying and listen to you and have empathy.
Thank you so much, Carole. Folks, we hope that's been of help. And obviously, if you do want that ear, you need that for yourself personally or for your organization. Naturally, Carole and I are here to assist in whatever way we can to help you to carve out a strategy and work and walk with you to get you to a state of more empowerment and better results for your business and for your personal life. That's it from me. Carole.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.